Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 2 and we are going to present our case, which is transplant case, utilitarianism. But before that, let me introduce to you our group members. First, we have Muhammad Adil Aiman, and then we have Ridwan Besamsul, and we have Naomi Melia Anabeginda, and last but not least is myself, Muhammad Shazili.
Okay, I'm gonna explain to you the definition of utilitarianism. So, utilitarianism is an ethical theory that determines the right from wrong by focusing on the outcome. It is a form of consequentialism. So, utilitarianism holds the most ethical choice and the one that will produce the greatest good for the greater number. Unfortunately, the limitations of utilitarianism is that it is hard for us human beings to predict the future, whether the consequence will be good or bad for us.
Transplant case. In a certain hospital, 5 people will die without a transplant operation. Each of them would prefer to live. One needs a heart, two needs a lung, and two needs a kidney. Into the operating room comes an unsuspecting person with one healthy heart, two healthy lungs, and two healthy kidneys. The surgeon removes the organ from the unsuspecting person and transplants them into the 5 needy people, thereby maximizing the aggregate lives saved. By saving 5 lives but losing one, the surgeon maximizes aggregate utility by satisfying the preference of 5 people, but violates the rights of the unsuspecting victim.
Okay, in our presentation, we are going to discuss about 4 topics, which is the first one is brain dead patient, and then we have accident victim, and the third one is organ failure, and number 4 is organ donor.
Okay, so I would like to talk about brain dead patient. So what action should be taken? The surgeon should remove the organs from this person as soon as the patient is declared dead. The action was to do so because the remaining 5 needy patient needs the organ urgently. Why the actions are to be taken as such? In order to save the remaining 5 needy people, one person has to donate their organs. In this case, a brain dead patient is already considered dead, and the patient will die within 72 hours without medical intervention. Therefore, making that brain dead patient is legal and ethical to do transplant operation.
Okay, next is accident victim, and what actions should be taken. This case leads us to a complex situation where we need to consider the victim and the 5 individuals who need immediate organ transplant. Therefore, it is important to bring the victim to the hospital and proceed with organ transplant to the 5 patients who really need the transplant. And why the actions are to be taken as such? It is because of the urgency of situation to save 5 individuals in need. There's an ethical responsibility to save lives and reduce suffering when possible. The accident victim might suffer an injury that could take his life or her life in a split second, and that gave us more reasonable opinion on why the accident victim can proceed with the organ transplant.
Organ failure patient. What actions should be taken? In this scenario, the surgeon should proceed with the transplant surgeries. This means taking the organs from the one healthy individual and using them to save the 5 patients facing organ failure. From utilitarian perspective, this action maximizes the overall good by saving more lives than it sacrifices. Why the actions are taken? Organs like the heart pump blood and oxygen to the body, which lungs help us breathe by exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide, while kidneys filter waste from the blood and regulates fluid balance. Without these functions, the body can't survive for long. Organ failure is often a critical condition, leading to a decline in overall health, and if left untreated, can result in death. For these patients, organ transplants are often their only chance of survival.
Okay, so for the next topic is about organ donor. So organ donor will help saving as much lives as we could. An organ donor is an individual who voluntarily agree to donate their organ and tissues after that for the purpose of transplantation. So what action should be taken? Action that can be taken is to transplant organs from organ donation to the patients. According to the utilitarianism, it suggests that actions should be evaluated based on overall contributions to happiness and well-being. So retrieving organs from organ donors align with utilitarianism perspective, which to brings happiness and joy and also minimize suffering. So why are the actions taken? Again, the decision is made by evaluating the morality of action base and the overall happiness and well-being it produces. From utilitarian per perspective, organ donation can be seen as a morally positive action for several reasons. It prevents life loss, reduce suffering, and give people positive impact to the operation. By utilizing organ donations, the 5 patients that is affected can be saved.
To summarize this presentation, we can agree that this transplant case is ethical even though people view it as gore and inappropriate. Under utilitarianism, ethically, 5 people were saved and it is through legal law. That's all from us. Thank you.